Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina or Kat and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's pick a card reading, we are looking at your January 2026 insights. I can't believe we're already looking at 2026. I don't know where the year went. Okay, so once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. But please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. So if anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that is not me. All right, so today for your January 2026 insights, I have 3 cards here. And for January, I have the Magician because the Magician is number 1 in the tarot deck. So I chose 3 very, very different tarot decks today for you to choose from. So I'll go through them for you. Group number 1, you have the Magician card from the Tarot of Curious Creatures. And you also have the Zebra Jasper. For group number 2, you have the Magician from the One World Tarot. And you also have the Botswana Agate. Group number 3, you have the Magician card from the Earth Woman Tarot. And you have the Banded Amethyst. All right, so take your time choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one if you're drawn to more than one, and you can definitely pause the video if you need more time deciding, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Zebra Jasper, and this is your Magician card from the Tarot of Curious Creatures. So I'll put this back in the deck so it's there when we get to your tarot cards. And we're going to start with your oracle cards. What can you tell us for group number 1, please, regarding January 2026? I feel like it's the one on the bottom that needs to come out also. Okay, let's see what we have for you. Okay, so last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. Ooh, I feel like in January, you may be discovering something, you may be finding the answers to something, and I feel also that you may be cleansing something out of your life and starting new. I feel some of you are going to let something go, that you're finally seeing the reality of a situation and coming to a conclusion that it's time to move on from something. I feel also this could have something to do with a situation that was delayed, or it was drawn out, or there was some kind of standstill or something like that within the situation. And it could be that you were like waiting for something to happen, and you were just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting even more. And you're either getting an answer that you're not happy with, or you still don't have an answer and you just want closure and you want to move on from something. So let's see what else we have here. So we have new moon in Pisces attuned to the divine. You know, it's interesting that you have like this little kind of mini waterfall right here, because again, I'm getting something as cleansing out of your life. And, you know, it could be because it's the new year, January, and a lot of times we want to start new. We want to, you know, change our habits or get rid of certain things that aren't to our highest good at the beginning of the year. And so it kind of feels like there might be something like that going on with you here. But what's really interesting is, you know, so I saw this water here as like cleansing your previous energy. But what also is catching my attention is all the stars up here. So it's kind of like divine timing could be involved with your decision to move on from something, to move away from something, to let go of something. Some of you may be releasing hope that you had regarding a situation, that something was going to work out in your favor. And you're realizing, you know what, this is just a lost cause. There's nothing else I can do regarding the situation. But I do also see that there's a great sense of renewal and hope. And I feel these two are very much connected, because I feel that you may need to attune to the divine and allow that divine guidance to, go right into your third eye chakra and help guide you through this situation, because I feel like this is a complicated situation. I feel like it's not really white or black. I feel there's a lot of gray area within the situation. And my voice is even going out a little bit. So I feel it's something that you might have some difficult choices coming up for you in January, but Spirit says that hang in there, because there's a divine order to everything. And I know that can be, difficult to hear at times. And some of you might be rolling your eyes like, okay, whatever. But I'm just the messenger. I'm telling you what Spirit is saying. There seems to be something better on the other side of this issue that's connected to these two cards. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? We're looking at January 2026. I almost said 2025. 2026. Okay. So we have, okay, look at this. You have number 50, Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. So isn't this pretty much what I was just saying about you overcoming this, even though it feels very difficult? Remember, that's when I was like, yeah, you might be rolling your eyes right now, because I can feel it in the energy. Now, what's interesting about the Rhino Spirit is right here, there is a crown on the rhino horn. So definitely you're going to come out on top. But I also feel like something is blossoming in your life, because whatever you're releasing here, you are making room for something else to blossom. So just know that you have the power, you have the strength to overcome whatever it is that you're dealing with in January. I mean, have you ever seen a rhino out in nature? They are so powerful. And I feel like you can even call in that power from the universe, from your soul, and you will overcome anything that you're dealing with. Oh, interesting. So you have number 32, and let Spirit be your guide. Didn't I say that with attuned to the divine, this could be talking about allowing Source to give you answers, allowing Source to give you clarity, whatever Source means to you, your spirit guides, ancestors who have passed on, loved ones who have passed on, any higher power that you may have. So I feel that's very important for you in January, in helping you to see the truth of a situation, and also in directing you forward. Like, where do I go from here? I'm also hearing that you're not alone in this process. You may feel alone, and you may be stepping away from something so that you feel even more alone. So you may be feeling alone within a situation where there could be a lot of people around you, but you just feel like an outsider. You feel like you don't belong. You feel alone. But you're really not, because you have these guides that are around you, that are protecting you, and that are going to help guide you. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? We're looking at January 2026. All right, what else do you want to say? All right, let's see what we have to start with. Oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Wow, this is so powerful. So you have the King of Swords, and this is about clarity, communication, seeing things for what they really are. This is seeing through the chaos, sitting down and coming to terms with what has been revealed to you. Isn't it fascinating? At least to me it is. That the King of Swords is right below reveal what needs to be seen. There is something that you need to see in January. For some of you, you are needing answers or clarity regarding a problem that is going on in your life, especially when you have overcome any obstacle. And the King of Swords definitely has the insight and the clarity to rise above any obstacles, especially because look at this King of Swords. So there's mountains down here. So this King of Swords is way above the mountain, and climbing that mountain would be very, very difficult. So yeah, I feel that not only are you revealing what needs to be seen, but you're absolutely, definitely overcoming obstacles. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups. Well, this is a success card, okay? This is an emotional abundance card. This is a dream come true, a wish come true. So I feel for some of you, what I was feeling that needs to be released, something that you need to let go of, is stagnation, is worry, is frustration, is a lack of answers, a lack of clarity. And I'm just seeing you sitting down, like this person is sitting here, how you have the King of Swords sitting here. And even here with the Nine of Cups, I feel like this Nine of Cups is you attuning to the divine and receiving those answers. Remember how I was talking about receiving downloads, receiving communication from the universe, however I worded it? I feel like that's happening here with the Nine of Cups, which is then releasing you from kind of sitting still and wondering, where do I go from here? Or how do I move on? So you're finding a way out of a situation, or you're finding a way to move forward. Either way, you're going to be moving forward. But if you've been trying to figure out, how do I accomplish this thing? How do I go from point A to point B? You're getting those answers. The Ten of Swords. Yeah. So I feel that this is where you currently are right now, or where you have been in the recent past. And this is coming to an end for you in January. So this is that stagnation that I was talking about, feeling stuck, not having the answers. And if you look at the swords, they're actually going through the wings and they're preventing this bee from flying. So you can imagine how devastating that would be. And you probably do, because you're living it right now. The good news is that this is number 10. So this is coming to an end. And on top of that, you first had the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is an expert at working through things and seeing things calm down and relax in transformation. So this is going to be transformed. I feel like you will be healing your wings. These swords are going to be removed, and you will have freedom of movement again. The Empress. This is so amazing because remember I just mentioned transformation, and look at all of the butterflies that you have here. Look at the little baby ducks here. So there's a new beginning for you. And I absolutely love, love, love that you first have the Ten of Swords and then the Empress, because not only are you getting your wings back and your freedom back and your clarity of thought back, but then you're entering the Empress, which is this new beginning, a new foundation. And it is the beginning of this Nine of Cups, right? There's something that is starting for you that is going to bring you so much emotional stability and hope. So you're going to have hope again. And this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. So just know whatever you're going through right now, it's temporary. There is a solution. All right, so here we have the Devil card. So there's definitely a theme going on here. If you look at this card, there's two people stuck in a cage. In a bird cage, two bird cages. How interesting is that, that your wings on the Ten of Swords, you can't fly because you have the swords weighing you down and the wings are injured. Interesting, isn't it, that the bird cages here. So interesting. However, I don't know if you're going to quite see this, but right here, the door to the cage is open, and the same thing right here. It's a little bit hard to see on the camera. And then it looks like there's a road back here. So you're being released from something that had a really terrible hold over you. For some of you, I'm picking up something about either mental health or physical health, and I'm not a doctor, so consult your doctor. but I feel like there could be you overcoming something like that, finding an answer or finding like a supplement that works for you, or, you know, something like that for some of you. I feel that's not really a lot of you, except for the emotional instability and the stress and the strain and all that you have like psychologically because of this issue. But yeah, for most of you, there's just a small percentage of you that might have something that's resolved with your health. The Five of Swords. Yeah, so I feel that what's happening here is you're getting control over something that once had control over you. And I'm seeing that your problem is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. And you're also coming up with a solution to remove the swords in your wings on the Ten of Swords. But you're getting your power back. You are absolutely getting your power back. And I think there could be like kind of a creative solution that you come up with, or that spirit comes up with for you and allows you to see what that solution is. But yeah, because if you look at this card, so we have the swords down here. This little mouse has a sword, but there's also a sword in the broom here. So it's kind of like you're just sweeping away your problems and starting on a clean slate. Wow, this is interesting that you have the Queen of Swords. It's going to go right here below the King of Swords, and right up top here we have reveal what needs to be seen. So how amazing is that? I feel in January, okay, so I feel it's kind of a process that you go through. I feel that you get an idea, something that could be a solution for you, and then you kind of sit with it for a minute. You think about coming up with a plan, and this is all in January. And then this idea grows and grows and grows until you see the beauty of this plan that you have. An escape plan for some of you, a plan to change your life, to get rid of something that was holding you back, or figuring out how to bypass delays that you are experiencing. And then what happens is you are ready for action, because when you look at this Queen of Swords, and why I say you come up with a plan of action is because this peacock feather is coming out of this bird's crown chakra. So it's like this beautiful solution, a beautiful idea. And also look at what the Queen is wearing, this beautiful dress. Like, you're ready for action, you're ready to go out, you're dressed for success. So not only do you have a plan in January, but you have a plan of action. So a plan, and then you know how to implement that plan. Now, this is below the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords here, this is showing me that you are successful with a plan that you come up with. Some of you are extracting yourself from a situation that was just not good for you. Others of you are coming up with a new plan. Some of you might be like changing careers, or coming up with a way to settle a dispute with a person. This could be like a friend, or for some of you, I feel like it could be a romantic partnership, but I feel like I don't know, it feels less intimate than a romantic partner. It feels more like it could be related to work or some other situation in your life that maybe doesn't deal with people, but somehow people could be involved. Or I could just be picking up on the energy from your spirit guides who are going to help you through this process. So we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, this makes so much sense, because remember I was saying over here, you're coming up with a plan of action, and then you're putting that plan into action. And then here, this is you contemplating things. And it's fascinating to me, given how your reading is going so far. And this Two of Wands, there is a lock right here, and then there's a key right here. So you have the solution. You just need to make a decision to put that plan into action. Because, I mean, look at this card. So this cat here is inside this building. However, opening this lock here is going to allow this energy, the cat, to go out here. So do you see how this looks like a tarot card right here? but it's also looking like a doorway to me. But there's a road here, and this feels like the Ace of Pentacles to me. I don't know what the artist intended, if anything, but that's the energy that I'm picking up for you personally. So a new road, a new idea, something that's going to be very, very successful, especially because it's right below the 9 of Cups. All right, the 10 of Wands. Wow, the 10 of Wands is right below the 10 of Swords. Look at how heavy this energy is. Look at these two cards. Look at this. This is what is leaving your life. Very, very powerful. And remember, I said with the 2 of Wands, once you make that decision, you unlock this doorway over here. And do you see here, there's a pathway here, and the same thing that you have in this 2 of Wands. So yeah, you've been dealing with something very, very heavy, and just know that that is coming to an end for you. This is final. It's over. Remember this card, overcome any obstacle. You've had multiple obstacles here that you're overcoming and moving forward. I love this so much. Okay, I was just talking, literally just said you're overcoming obstacles and moving forward, and then you have the Knight of Cups. This is a movement card. This is you feeling refreshed, you feeling ready to conquer the world. You've overcome this terrible, terrible obstacle, and you're moving forward. And what you're moving toward is not just a new beginning, but it's something where I feel somehow you're going after something that will fulfill your heart, that will fill your heart. Some of you are going after a passion that you have. So some of you might be quitting your job and starting, your own business. Some of you may be pursuing a passion project that's going to turn into a money-making adventure. Some of you are just going to focus on self-care. Whatever it is, there's a lot of balance that's coming into your life. There's a calmness also that's coming into your life. And you're ready. I mean, look at how this knight is dressed. And remember, I first pointed that out with the Queen of Swords. It's like, whatever this is that you're about to start in January, you're ready. And the way that you present yourself to the world, to yourself, to this idea that you have, it's just very, I feel like it's very grounded and very, like you're putting a lot of effort into whatever this is. So we have the 5 of Wands. Didn't I say somewhere that you may have a creative solution to this problem? Did I say? I'm pretty sure I said that. If not, it was in my mind and I ended up not saying it, but I don't remember what card it was. So if I didn't say it, I'm saying it now. There could be an unconventional or unusual solution to a problem, but you're also rising above the problem and you're moving on. And I feel that you will need to have a certain amount of patience as you go through this, but you're going to achieve what you need to achieve. It's interesting that this is below the Devil card, because the Devil's a tricky energy, and so is this particular 5 of Wands. But what I see here is that you overcome it. You outsmart the problem. You outsmart anyone or anything that was once holding you back. All right, let's look at your last card. Wow. Oh my gosh, I love this card so much for you. So it's the Ace of Swords. So absolutely, let's go back to the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here. You are coming up with some sort of brilliant idea to remove obstacles from your life. And I feel that something is so fresh and new, and it's going to be providing you exactly what you need to not only overcome this obstacle, but to move forward and to be very, very successful with where you're going. So I feel that you're in control, absolutely, because remember with the 5 of Swords, I said it feels like you're gaining control over something. And then here, so if you look at this Five of Swords, this cat here is not physically holding any of the swords. The mouse is and the broom is, so you're getting rid of the problems, but here you're in complete control because the sword is actually in this bird's beak. And there's a new path, there's a new journey. I just keep getting something about pentacles. Like, remember I got it with the Two of Wands, and I'm feeling something about pentacles with the acorns over here. So there's some sort of new beginning, a new path. Could definitely have to do with your mind, body, and soul. Could have something to do with where you're living, your living situation, a job, career, passion that you have where you want to make money doing something. Whatever it is, I'm going to close this reading with what I just said and then direct you back to the Empress card, which is a success card. This is a comfort card, new beginnings, amazing blessings coming out of new beginnings. So that's what I see for you in January. I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Botswana Agate. And this is your Magician card from the One World Tarot. So I'm going to put this back in the deck and we'll start with your Oracle cards. What can you tell us for group number 2, please? Are there 2 here? Okay, there you go. Oh, you actually have 3. All right, let's see what we have for you. Ooh, full moon in Virgo and take inspired action. Wow. So for January 2026 for you, I feel it's time for you to move forward with an idea that you have, something that is really inspiring to you, something that you're excited about, something, maybe this is something that's in your heart. So I'm feeling like you should let your heart lead you in January. You should let your intuition lead you and move forward with something. This is definitely the time for you to start like a new project, a new idea, whatever it is that's been, you know, at the back of your mind, or if you've had a plan and you said, I'm going to start this thing in January. Well, Spirit says, don't put it off, actually do it, start it, get moving with this, because I'm seeing that there's some new pathway for you regarding this situation. Okay, so new moon in Cancer and relax. So maybe this inspired action relates to you relaxing, to you doing something that you love, especially with inspired action, because if you're doing something that you love, that could definitely help you relax. Now, it could also be talking about relaxing your expectations regarding this inspired action and enjoying it more than being really hyper vigilant about how is this going to happen? How is it going to work? When is it going to happen? You know, things like that. And just be in the moment and enjoy whatever it is that you're going to be starting and moving toward. Wow, first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. This makes so much sense. All 3 of these cards together make so much sense. Okay, so remember how we're talking about you taking this inspired action, moving forward with something, but doing it in a fun, relaxed manner. You don't have to have like this stringent timeline of when things are going to happen and being so strict with things, because by doing that, by doing things that way, you can lose some of your power because you're losing your inspiration, you're losing or may lose your creativity, you know, whatever it is that you want to accomplish here. And so by relaxing a little bit and enjoying the journey, Spirit is telling me that you will step more into your power. So I definitely feel like there's some kind of new beginning for you, or at least stepping into the planning phase of a new beginning for you. Of course, we're going to get more information as we go along. So let's see what we can find from your other oracle cards. Number 12, sing your own song. Yeah, I just see, isn't it interesting? So sing your own song, and then you have take inspired action here. So I feel like whatever this is, you're doing things on your terms. You're stepping into your power. You're doing things the way you want to do things, the way you want your life to go. And I just keep getting, there's something here about going with the flow and doing something for the enjoyment of doing it, but also for you to accomplish some sort of goal that you have regarding this situation. And I feel that this is something that you may have been thinking about doing for a while. You may have been even delayed with starting this particular thing. So if any of you were delayed with whatever this is, I feel that any constraints are relaxing, and anything that was once holding you back is being removed so that you can move forward. I don't want to say effortlessly, but seamlessly, maybe that's the better word. So yeah, I feel that there's some sort of transformation that will be upon you in January where you can really pursue something that you've wanted to pursue. Oh my gosh. Number 33, horse spirit and freedom is yours. Isn't this what I was just talking about? If you had some sort of constraints, some of you may have had constraints where you could not move forward with this idea that we're talking about here. Well, those constraints are being removed. And also, you know, it's interesting that you have freedom is yours. So what does freedom mean? To me, in this context, that means you singing your own song. That means you stepping into your power, and that means you taking inspired action. And it can also mean you relaxing because you're moving forward in a way that you want to move forward. There are no constraints anymore. It's also number 33, which I just mentioned, but that's, you know, a very important number, I feel, because I'm seeing you taking this action toward a vision that you've had for some time and having really, really positive results from this action that you will be taking. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please, for January 2026? Okay, that card needed to come out. All right, what else can you tell us, please, for January 2026? Okay. So let's see what we have here. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, this is going to be right below take inspired action. Okay, so here's the deal. You are never going to be 100% prepared to take this inspired action. Spirit says you're just going to need to take a leap of faith and just go with it. And there's certain things that you're going to figure out along the way, but there is something about timing in January for you that it's just, I feel if you just start something. Now, when I say start something, this could be planning something and just being in that planning phase. You will see kind of this snowball effect of inspiration, this fire that's really ignited within you and within your mind and your intuition, and your inspiration just really takes off. So even if you can't completely move forward with this idea in January, although some of you will be moving forward with it, like actually taking action with it. So those of you who are just going to start the planning phase, that is perfect for you because there is divine timing within that planning phase where things are going to come together. And for those of you who are actually moving forward with this, there's also divine timing. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Like you've done everything that you can do to prepare for this moment, no matter where you are in this particular situation in your particular life. So just know that it's absolutely time for you to step into whatever this is. So here you have the 6 of Cups, and I feel like this is something that you've been waiting for a while, something that's been on your mind for a while. I feel there's a little bit of I'm picking up the Fool energy from the 6 of Cups, which I picked that up with the 6 of Cups in another reading recently. So maybe if maybe some of you even watched that reading. I do not remember which reading it was, but I am getting a little bit of taking a leap of faith, taking a chance on something, and receiving something in return for you taking that inspired action. And, you know, it's really interesting that Spirit is saying relax right here. Relax into the inspired action and you stepping into your power, because this right here is showing you that you will be receiving from the universe, you know, because you have put energy into this particular idea, project, whatever it is for you. So just know that you will be receiving, and there's just something about the timing. Things are going to be lining up for you perfectly. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups. Follow a passion that you have, follow an idea that you have, something that you really feel is something like in your heart, something that you have to pursue. Because I feel definitely with the Six of Cups, there's something going on here where this could be something that you were born with. So a talent, a skill, an idea, something from a past life that you're going to complete in this life. Something like that, but it just seems to be written in your soul's code that you're supposed to be taking action toward this particular thing at this particular moment. And again, I'm picking up that you're fully prepared, because the Queen always looks at the cup, examines the cup, and does a thorough job of seeing, you know, what is going on with this cup. So I feel that you are ready, and you may not feel 100% ready, but Spirit is showing me that you are ready. And another thing that's interesting is these stones down here. Actually, it looks like money to me. It looks like coins. So if this has anything to do with making money, I feel that you will definitely be in a good place financially regarding this situation. The Seven of Swords. Okay, don't let anything hold you back. Don't second guess yourself. I feel some of you are just about to take that leap of faith and then you back away, and you're just about to take the leap of faith and then you back away. Because it can be terrifying going after your dreams, taking this inspired action, making changes in your life. But Spirit says to put that fear aside and step into your power and move forward fearlessly. I also feel for some of you that you may have come to the conclusion that where you are or what you're doing or who you are dealing with is a waste of time, or that you're putting in so much effort and you're not receiving what you deserve back from this particular person, place, thing, or situation. And this is definitely going to change for you when you step into this new situation over here, because remember with the Six of Cups, I said that you're receiving what you deserve. So definitely an opposite energy compared to the Seven of Swords. Yeah, now you have the Six of Swords. So literally what I was just saying, you're moving away from the Seven of Swords energy. So if something is draining your energy, draining your life force, draining your bank account, draining your mind, if this is a fear that you have with the Seven of Swords, whatever it is, I see you moving away from it and doing your own thing. Now, you're very, very protected as you move away from this. And I also feel that you're being guided. And I feel that the sun is coming up. So it's kind of like a new day where you can breathe easier. You can also breathe clearer. I just feel like a weight is lifted off of your shoulders, and it's moving away from something that just was not working. And it was really doing a toll on you mentally. It was taking a toll on your mental health. Some of you may be traveling somewhere. Some of you may be moving also. And so moving residence, moving jobs, moving careers, moving away, moving away from any type of relationship that wasn't working, whether that's regarding work or friendships, family, romantic, whatever it is, you're getting away from this thing that was like, it was just like a snag in your plans. It was like a boulder on the road where it was like a roadblock or something. And the reason why is because it was bringing your energy down. Oh, here's your magician. I love that so much. Okay, so remember earlier, I think it was with the Wheel of Fortune when I was saying that you are ready. Even if you feel like you're not ready, Spirit says you are ready. And this magician has everything that is needed to move forward on this path that you are going to be moving down or moving toward. And if you notice this belt right here, this is actually a snake. I don't know if you can quite make that out, but it's actually a snake. So you're in January, you're upon a huge transformation, and I feel that this transformation has something to do with your future. So I feel that it goes beyond January, but in January, it's time for you to get started on this, whether you're taking steps forward, like actually implementing the plan, or if you're just coming up with the plan, it doesn't matter. Excuse me, my voice is cutting out. It doesn't matter as long as you get started. Now, the thing is, when my voice does that, some of you have seen this before in some of my readings and some of you haven't. When my voice does that, it's like uncontrollable, and it usually happens when something needs to be released. And that's exactly what we're seeing right here with the Seven of Swords and the Six of Swords. So don't hesitate to release anything that is holding you back from this magician right here. The Judgment card. Yeah, there's a new start for you. There's a new beginning. And there is something about divine timing here. Now, what I feel is that this situation that's very uncomfortable with the Seven of Swords, I feel that it's going to become undeniably uncomfortable. So if before, if it was just kind of like this mild annoyance, I feel like it's going to become hugely annoying. Something that you can't avoid anymore, something that you can't brush off to the side. And that is happening. So something is being magnified. And that's happening because you're no longer meant to be right here. You're meant to move away from this and move into this new thing. So the longer you stay here, which you have free will, you can stay here, as long as you want, but that feeling of being uncomfortable will grow and grow and grow until you say, okay, enough is enough. I'm moving on and moving forward with my life. So here's the Page of Swords, and there's a change in the air. There's absolutely a change in the air, and I feel that this is going to involve taking a leap of faith. And I just keep feeling that this is something in the back of your mind. It's been there for a while, and it is time for you to take inspired action regarding this thought, this idea that you have. And I'm also feeling that you're going to learn things as you go, because you could wait for 10 years and you still wouldn't have 100% of the information that you will have once you step foot into the situation. So if you're hesitating because you feel like you're not ready or you don't know what to expect, well, you could wait 5 years and still feel that same way. Even if you have more knowledge, there are certain things that you're going to encounter as you go along. But what I'm seeing is that you will combine your intellect and your intuition to overcome any issues that may arise, any confusing things that may arise. So here we have the Two of Swords. I feel like you have a decision to make. I feel that it's time for you to get up and do something, for you to start something, for you to listen to your intuition and stop. So don't overanalyze, because what is that called? Analysis paralysis. You don't want to do that. You want to just start. And some of you, let's say for some of you, if you are going to, start a new job, or you want to start a new career or something like that, Spirit is saying that for some of you, you can possibly do both. So if you want to just kind of dip your toe in the water a little bit, like let's say you want to start your own business, but you're not sure if you're going to be successful. Spirit is saying that for some of you, it will be possible for you to keep your job that you currently have and then start like a side hustle, and then slowly but surely watch that evolve and until you can leave your old job and step into this full time. So that it doesn't have to be work related. I'm just saying that I'm seeing for some of you, there's a duality where you're doing both things at once, or maybe you're preparing for something while you're still, in this other situation. But I feel like the time of delays is coming to an end, whether you put those delays on the situation or if the universe did, they're coming to an end. Yeah. So here you have the Queen of Swords, and there's a lot of movement happening in this card. I feel like you're bringing forth the change. And it's interesting that this Queen of Swords is below the Seven of Swords, because you are overcoming this Seven of Swords, whatever was holding you back here, whatever was like on your mind, something that was not right here, that you're walking away from with the Six of Swords. You have grown so much beyond and so far beyond that situation with this Queen of Swords. Not only do you have control over the situation, but you have clarity, you have closure. And what I'm seeing here with the Queen of Swords is that you are welcoming in this new energy. You're moving towards something. And so you're in a more relaxed state than you were with the Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords, some of you were trying to get everything done all at once, or you're trying to just charge forward with this plan, this idea. And that's when Spirit is saying, hey, relax a little bit with the Two of Swords here, like slow down a little bit and step into your power as the Queen of Swords. So I'm seeing that you're becoming very, very powerful, and your movements become more concentrated but swift at the same time. So more kind of moderate but swift. So not moderate slow, but moderate swift. Does that make any sense? Because moderate, right, you're going to have a frame here of, what's that called? Like a sliding scale. So over here, this would be where you're going very, very quickly. And then over here, like in the middle, that's when you start to slow down a little bit. So I see you kind of being right in the middle of the two. Wow. And now you have the King of Swords. Look at that right next to the Queen of Swords. You have a lot of swords right here. So we have the Six of Swords. So you're moving away from something. And what's interesting is the Six of Swords. So the sword suit is a quicker moving suit. However, the Six of Swords and the Two of Swords, these are both slower moving sword cards. And then you have the Page of Swords, which is very, very quickly moving very, very quickly. But then you have the Relaxed card here. Now, the Queen and the King of Swords, these are quicker moving cards, but there's this swiftness, but a sense of elegance with the motion that the Queen and King take. So from slowing down, you're actually speeding things up. Because with the Page of Swords, if you're just like, go, 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 I have to get this done, I have to get this done, you could miss things. But with the Queen and King of Swords, you're catching things as you're going and you're solving problems as you're going. So just keep that in mind to take this kind of moderately quick pace, if that makes any sense for you. And I am seeing also that this idea that you have, this plan that you have, is definitely evolving in January, especially because you have 3 of the 4 court cards in the swords. So very interesting. Okay, let's look at your last card. The Four of Wands. This is amazing. So this is showing me the progress that you're making, like a continuation of what I was just saying. So you're definitely taking some action So remember earlier I said some of you are just in the planning phase, others of you are in the action phase. I feel all of you, if you choose, will actually be moving forward with the plan. You will be taking steps toward toward seeing your vision come to life, and you're in the beginning phases because, you know, obviously there's a wedding going on here, but there was a lot that had to happen before this couple got to this point, right? They had to plan the wedding, they had to, you know, a lot goes into that. And so this is the first step of a marriage, right? And so that's representing to me that very first step that you will be taking regarding this plan that you have. And it's a great foundation. So if you go at this moderate pace, you're setting a very, very positive foundation for things that will last a very long time. So that is your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Banded Amethyst, and this is your Magician card from the Earth Woman Tarot. So I'll put this back in the deck, and we will start with your Oracle cards. What can you tell us for group number 3, please? I feel, are those 2? Yeah, so you have 2 there. I feel like these wanted to come out. Okay. So you have New Moon in Virgo, trust all will be well. So you might be going through something in January, or it may have started before January, and Spirit is showing me that there's going to be ups and downs with this situation, but everything is going to work out for you. I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I just feel like there's support that's going to be coming in for you in one way or another. And it feels like you thought things were going to go this way, but instead they kind of went like zigzagging, because there's this little zigzag pattern right here. And so Spirit is saying that not only is everything going to be okay, but I feel somehow or another you're still making progress, because it feels like you feel like you're stuck, or your plans are on hold or something like that, but Spirit is showing me that you're still making progress. So I feel for some of you that means that you're still going to get to where you're going at the same time if you didn't have that zigzag pattern. So let's see what else we have for you. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. So yeah, cool your emotions, trust everything will be okay. Everything's gonna work out for you. So what I'm hearing is don't panic, calm down, stay grounded. And some of you may need to wait something out. You may need to stay calm during a delay, or if everything seems to be falling down around you, Spirit says that there could be a reason for that you may see a silver lining depending on what your situation is. But definitely Spirit is saying to have faith that everything is going to work out in your favor. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Group number 3. Okay, so you have number 59, Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility. Well, this is really interesting because if you know anything about starfish, they can regrow their limbs. And I feel that for you in your situation, there's something going on here about a rebirth or a regeneration regarding this situation. And isn't that interesting? Trust all will be well. And then the starfish spirit. So definitely there seems to be something that will be repaired regarding your situation. And also it's number 59. So you're right at the edge of closing out this situation and stepping into kind of like a rebirth or freedom. something like that where you can move forward again. And so I feel that this is happening for you, obviously, in January, because that's what we're looking at. So we'll look at the rest of the cards, and I'll come back to this. So some of you may actually complete everything and be able to move on in January, and others of you will be just about finishing with whatever the situation is by the end of January going into February. And something else that's really catching my attention is the color scheme on all of these cards. It just seems to be very earthy, and, well, I mean, obviously it's earthy, but it seems to be, they're all very much connected color-wise. So I feel like everything is going to get back in alignment for you. All right. Wow. So we have number 22. So definitely that is a power number. There's transformation that will happen for you. And this says dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion. Okay. So I feel what this card is talking about, first of all. Some of you are getting caught up in your emotions and you're spiraling. And Spirit says, reel it back in. Okay, calm down, reel it back in. The truth will come out regarding the situation, and illusions will fall away. So if you're going through something here, maybe some of you are being accused of something, or it looks like something is not going to go in your favor. I feel that everything's going to balance out. The truth will come out and everything will be righted in your favor. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Group number 3, January 2026. The Ace of Swords. Yeah. Isn't this interesting that you get this card right after Truth Transcends Illusion, because that's what's happening here with this Ace of Swords. You're getting clarity on a situation. Your thoughts are clear. You're getting a solution. There's also some form of communication that could be coming in for you here. So someone or something could be communicating with you, or your voice will be heard. That's another thing. But yeah, it's like you're clearing the air. There's a new beginning. There's a solution that will work for you, that will bring you peace of mind regarding this situation. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, I feel that this is exactly why your emotions are running so high right now, because you're taking on a lot, or you have taken on a lot. There's a lot going on, and it's a heavy burden for you. It really, really is. But what Spirit is showing me with Cool Your Emotions right above this is that I feel this situation may require you to use your intellect, and you can't do that as well if you're so caught up in your emotions that you can't see anything other than the problem, right? So you want to be able to see the solutions. You want to be open to these solutions. And so by calming down, taking a deep breath, that's when you will see things for what they really are. So for some of you, the situation may not be as bad as you think it is. That's not for all of you. So if your situation is dire, I'm not minimizing that situation. I'm saying for some of you, before you see all of the information, you may be coming to the worst case scenario. And for some of you, Spirit is saying that worst case scenario is not going to happen, because there is some form of illusion happening here in this card. And Spirit is also saying, calm down and be open to things changing very, very quickly for you. Now, the other thing, remember I mentioned number 59 here, you being at the end of a cycle, and then you have 10 here because you have 9 and 10. So you're definitely at the end, nearing the end of this difficult time. Yeah, so here you have the 9 of Swords. This is literally what I was just talking about, how some of you are snowballing in your thoughts, coming up with the absolute worst case scenario. And Spirit is saying, try not to do that. Trust all will be well. Calm your mind. Get some rest. Don't let this keep you up at night, because it's your worst fear is not going to happen regarding this situation. Okay, so you have the King of Cups here. I feel that this is representing that change that's coming in for you. This is showing that everything is going to balance out for you. I feel this is also that truth. Truth transcends illusion. Why do I keep saying that word wrong? Truth transcends illusion. So you're seeing what really is here. And there is definitely something coming in with the King of Cups that is solution oriented. So this could be a person, this could be an idea, a place, or a situation, but this is what calms everything down. This is what flips the situation around for you. And this is also when you can truly see that things are changing for you, that you don't have to be so worried as you were. I mean, do you see the complete opposite energy here with the Nine of Swords and the King of Swords? So the Nine of Swords, there's such worry that you can't even sleep. But with the King of Swords, it's a very balanced, calm, cool, collected energy. The Three of Swords. So with the Three of Swords, there is something happening here that I feel something in your life may be coming to an end, but it feels like the shock of the situation in the beginning is what can spiral you out of control. However, what I'm seeing here is that when you step back and you look at the situation from kind of a bird's eye view, you will see that there is a silver lining within the situation. I feel that where you were, or whatever the situation is here, right? Something that may have come to an end for you, or something that is causing an incredible amount of stress. I feel what is going on here is that you are being asked by the universe to be open to other possibilities. Like whatever it is that you have going on here, there's another way to do it. There are other people, places, and things that are much better suited to your energy, to your ideas, than something that you're presently around. And that's why you want to be open to other possibilities. So let me see what comes after this Three of Swords. Okay, do you see what I'm saying here? So if you didn't believe me before, if you were like, but my situation is dire. Okay, I understand that. I am not minimizing that. I'm just the messenger. But look at this. You have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning. This is an alternative to this situation that was so heavy. So I feel for some of you, you may have gone through like a tower moment or something where everything kind of came crashing down on you. Something may have been revealed to you with the Three of Swords, something that was very, very devastating. But this here is that silver lining that I was talking about for some of you. Not everybody is going to see this as a silver lining at first, because you're going to be so focused on this Three of Swords. But I do feel that eventually you will realize that you're in a much better place when you allow this Ace of Pentacles to take shape in your life. So with this Ace of Pentacles, this is a new beginning for you, and it's truly, truly, truly a gift that will keep on giving. It's something that you can grow, kind of like you can plant this pentacle and you can see it grow. And I just feel like you're breathing new life into whatever this situation means for you. Oh, here's your Magician card. I love that for you. Pile number 2 also had their Magician card come up. So I love that. And okay, literally what I just said, I see you planting this pentacle, and look here how we can actually see the roots beneath the Magician here. And then back here, we can actually see some flowers blossoming. So this is what I'm talking about. Everything is going to work out for you exactly as it should be. And Spirit is saying you don't need to worry about how it's going to work out, because I feel there's something a little bit surprising that happens to shift everything from this 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands and the 3 of Swords into this new beginning that we see here. So for some of you, when you calm down, you could have a flash of insight, a flash of intuition that leads you down a different path, a different road. But you're definitely, it feels like you're planting new seeds. It feels like someone is suggesting something to you, someone has an offer for you, and things are going to come together for you in the end of this situation. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Here's the 8 of Cups. So this person is walking away from something that was not working. It just, no matter how much you would have tried and tried and tried, which you did, you tried as hard as you could. You did as much as you possibly could, especially look at this 8 of Cups is below the 10 of Wands. This heavy, heavy burden that you had with the 10 of Wands, you're finally able to walk away from it. And Spirit says, when you do that, just know that everything is going to work out for you. Because if you stayed in this situation, I feel like you would have, instead of having one bundle of 10 here, you would have 10 bundles of 10 on your shoulders. The situation would have just continued to deteriorate the longer that you would have stayed in it. And so I feel right now you're wondering, okay, what am I going to do next? Or how am I going to extract myself from this situation? And Spirit is saying that right now, what is most important is that you get a handle on your fears in the 9 of Swords. And then as you move forward, you're going to get the answers that you need. Look at this. Now you have the Ace of Cups. So I hope if you weren't resonating with the fact that things are going to be okay for you, that things are going to get better, I hope you're seeing that now, because you have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Lots of new beginnings happening for you. So what this new beginning is going to bring for you, first of all, is peace of mind. I feel it's night and day from whatever was so heavy here. It's much lighter where you're going. The energy resonates with your energy. It's a very peaceful, comforting energy. There's also safety where you're going. There's support where you're going. There's a lot of growth where you're going. And there's also clarity in the sense of knowing what to expect. Whereas before, I feel somebody may have dropped the ball or something like that, where you expected somebody to do something and they didn't, and they just kind of left you hanging. So for some of you, a situation like that happened, and that will not be happening with whatever this new situation is that's coming to light in January for you, this new beginning that you have. So you have the Strength card. So the first thing that I'm hearing from Spirit is to stay grounded as you go through this transition. And Spirit is also saying that you have what it takes to move through this situation with grace. And coming out on the other side feeling like you have closure and feeling peaceful. And I'm also seeing that when you come out on the other side and you have the sense of clarity and you find your balance again, what I'm seeing happen is that you're not just strong getting through this, but I feel that you are stronger for getting onto the other side of this. And to give you a little analogy, it's kind of like with the 10 of Wands here, how this person is carrying these 10 wands. And it feels like this was unexpected. But the longer you carry these wands, the stronger you're becoming. So first of all, whatever you're going through is not going to break you or your spirit. You're going to get through this just fine. I mean, it's definitely looks like it's going to cause some sort of emotional imbalance and some emotional pain for some of you. But I feel like, first of all, this is temporary. And I feel like by the end of January, this is absolutely passing out of your life. And so when you come into this new beginning, I feel there's a sense of determination, so strength and power and determination that you will have entering this new situation. So here you have the Ten of Swords. I mean, there's something that is causing you so much anguish with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. And also the Nine of Swords. This is a very, very, I feel, emotionally tricky situation. Some of you may feel betrayed by something or someone, especially because with the Ten of Wands, I feel like you expected someone to do something differently than what they did. Definitely feels like someone left you hanging. It could also be that you find out the truth of a situation, and based on the truth of that situation, you decide to walk away from something. And what I'm seeing though is, I think I said this a minute ago, by the end of January, I see you healing. You know, I said something similar to that. Definitely the Strength card and the Ace of Cups here, in between the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Swords, I feel what happens is that you are completely overburdened by something, the Ten of Wands and the Three of Swords. And then you make this very brave decision to walk away from that situation. So it's a process emotionally that you go through, but as you're going through this process, you're becoming stronger and you're regaining a sense of hope. And then with the Ten of Swords, I see that you're rising up and out of this energy. And also, this is final. You don't have to experience this again when you go into this new situation. I want to point out again at the end of your reading here, you have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups, okay? So there's so much healing and moving beyond the situation that caused you so much pain and stress. All right, so now you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're picking yourself up. Look at this. This is your second to last card where you're absolutely, completely devastated by something. And this is you at the very end of your reading where you've gotten up, okay? You lifted yourself up. You propped yourself up. You got on this horse. You have your pentacle with you, which, let me remind you, this card is going to be right below the Ace of Pentacles. So you're seeing this new beginning, this new opportunity, and you're saying yes to it because here you've grabbed that pentacle and you're moving toward that new beginning. So there's a lot of strength that you have. I feel that you are more powerful than ever. And you're looking toward the future. And there's so much growth potential with this pentacle here, this Knight of Pentacles, and you're ready for this situation. It was time for whatever this was that caused this chaos in your life. It was time for that to end, and it's time for you to embrace this new beginning. So just know that everything is going to work out for you. And by the end of January, I see you moving toward this new beginning. So for instance, let's just say that you lost your job, or, you know, maybe you have a new boss who's horrible and doesn't treat you well. Whatever it is. So you either leave your job or you got fired or whatever it is. It could be any number of things. And all of this happens in January and you're devastated. Well, what I'm seeing, and remember this is just an example, is that by the end of January, you are ready to start a new job. So have you started already? Some of you, yes. Others of you will be starting in February, okay? So definitely a lot going on for you in January. So just take a deep breath and know that everything's going to work out to your highest good, and it's going to be very, very positive in the end. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you. If you did like this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.